Hey everyone, I'm StarCraftDad and welcome to my first videocast. Today I'll be casting my Qualifier game for the second season of the official online ladder. I am in the red, my screen name is CuePhoenix, my opponent is Rejecto in the blue. Starting off with a good luck, have fun, and thanks you too. So this will be a good-natured game. I'm playing Terran in the upper left-hand corner, building SCVs. My opponent, Rejecto, is in the upper right-hand corner, playing Zerg in the blue. So at this point, I'm realizing that I'm playing on Shakuras Plateau. This game is about a month old, and prior to this game, I had not played in about 2.5 months. So I didn't realize that Shakuras Plateau had been added back into the map pool. I also didn't realize that they had modified it some, where they had removed some destructible rocks here and added these ledges, but in its place they added these destructible rocks here, which adds a way to get to this back expansion from these two side expansions. So there are some changes there from when I remembered playing the map last. So my strategy is to build 2 barracks here and form a pretty strong wall, and then build a second expansion base here, pulling myself into the mid-game with 2 bases. You can see my little SCV here scouting, looking for my opponent, not only to see where he is, but also what kind of race he's playing. I didn't know he was playing Zerg. I was kind of distracted when the game first started, so I didn't get to see what map I was playing on or what race my opponent was. In his case, he's going to quickly see between my SCV coming up to the front door and his scouting overlord here. Oh, he didn't bring him close enough to see what I was playing, but soon enough he sees me inside the base. So at this point I can see that he has a refinery here, or a Vespene gas geyser here, an extractor, and a spawning pool already built. So this spawning pool is not too early, not too late, but it does give me some hint as what he might do. Now at this point, had I been smart, I would have realized one of the possible strategies that he might be doing here is to do a tech straight to roach, which requires gas and minerals, and build a bunch of roaches and send them to my base. But I really didn't think about that at the time, was very focused on building these 2 barracks, building some marines, and then building an expansion. And you can see that my lack of practice is starting to show through. I'm supply blocked here, 1919, so I'm unable to build any more units until I build a supply depot. Here I am caught up there. So I start building some marines. You can see I'm starting to save up some minerals for my expansion, which is probably a mistake, especially given that my opponent is already starting to build some. Actually, he hasn't built his roach. Oh, there's his roach warren, so he's already starting to build 2 roaches. You can see on the production tab here. So if we go to the army summary, you can see that I'm ahead on army supply by 7 to 4, but that will quickly catch up once these roaches are built. And they pop now. There they are. And you can see now suddenly he's ahead in army supply. I'm slightly ahead in worker supply, but I'm just keeping up. But now he's ahead in army supply. So at this point I should be building more guys, but instead I'm building this command center. And again you can see I'm supply blocked. So this is showing some of my lack of recent practice. I'm supply blocked. I've only got 8 marines here. And instead of breaking that supply block by building a supply depot instead. Oh, there we go. I'm kind of waiting for this command center to finish. And you can see here I'm building up a bunch of minerals. So those minerals could have been spent building guys or building other buildings, and instead they're just stockpiling there. So at some point I'm going to realize this. But in the meantime, my opponent is sending over a sizable force of roaches to come over here and break down the front door. You can see on his vision he can tell that I have a pretty strong wall at the front, but these 6 roaches should be able to break it down with an additional 3. That's 9. It's a pretty strong force, and I've only got 8 Marines right now. I've decided to build some barracks here, so I'm starting to get the idea that I need to build some things. My minerals are starting to go down. I'm starting to build some guys over here, but this is not going to be enough to fend off this attack by these 9 roaches. Roaches have a very strong, very high level of hit points, 145. It takes several rounds of marine fire to take down even one roach. You can see he's coming in for the attack. So at this moment, let's take a look and see where my focus is right now. So right now I'm focused on bringing this, my brand new orbital command, down to this expansion. So my attention is not at all on the fact that these guys are coming up the ramp. So at this point I really should have raised the supply depot to prevent him from coming into the base. Even though this is a large number of roaches, this number of marines can do significant damage to a roach. They could take a roach down in about 3 rounds of fire with these 10. But as you'll see, I did not do that. So here I'm thinking I should try to keep the roaches out, just give me some time to build some more units. I do have some barracks being built here, but you can see I'm building 2 marines here and building a barracks. But again, you'll see this SCV was routed to pick up minerals for some reason. We'll slow down this battle a little bit. So you can see, so they take him out. They just sit right there on that supply depot. I really should have backed these guys off and give them a chance to regroup with some more reinforcements, and I should be raising the supply depot. But as you can see, I'm not doing that. I'm just letting these guys die. These 2 guys should have gone off and built something, or at least gone and harvested some more minerals, but instead they just decided to die. So you can see the roaches are now moving back into the mineral line. At this point I have a lot of money. I should be able to build a lot of units, maybe make a counterattack, but at a minimum I should be raising the supply depot again. And you can see he's bringing in more reinforcements, and his base is, well, he's not quite moving on to some more tech, but he's done enough damage at this point. If we look at the workers killed count, he's killed 15 workers. I've killed 1. And I've killed 4 of his units, but he's killed 27 of mine. And his army supply is massive compared to my small army here. So you can see at this point I've built a couple of guys, and I'm now counterattacking with the SCVs in a desperate attempt to stay alive. But really I should have moved these guys somewhere else, and see now his reinforcements just come up the ramp that I've left still available, and he's got more on the way. And this is just not looking good for me at all. So a great way to start off Season 2. Go ahead and end with a good game. So I hope you enjoyed my first cast. Hopefully I'll be doing some more soon for my new StarCraft blog at StarcraftDad.blogspot.com. And we'll see you guys next time.